What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we...
Man, am I glad that SIMU LIU responded to these idiots saying, Shang-Chi flopped at the box office, Shang-Chi this, Shang-Chi that, even though it broke the record for best opening weekend on Labor Day weekend. And, you know, 140 million, that is amazing for an unknown character with actors who are not popular. SIMU LIU is not popular, even though I love SIMU LIU even before Shang-Chi, because I'm a big fan of Kim's Convenience, which is on Netflix, and I recommend it. I am proud of this movie for how well it did, how amazing it did, and I'm so glad SIMU LIU was like, look at these idiots, look at these, like, what's wrong with them? And I even put on my Twitter, destined to be losers, because they are destined to be losers. And I don't like talking about YouTubers, but I'm gonna go ahead and talk about them today. Well, not talk about them, but talk about what they said, which is what you saw early in the video. And, you know, Neurotic, Critical Drinker, Jeremy, obviously from Geeks and Gamers, and Jeremy from The Quartering. It's all these idiots. Oh, and RK Outpost, I keep forgetting about them. You know, these morons, these idiots who don't seem to understand reality and see the world as black and white. And you can tell, you listen to one of their videos and you can tell that a lot of the stuff they're doing is just because, oh, this gets me views. An audience is so stupid to the point where they're willing to watch all these videos of me complaining about the same thing over and over again. And, you know, me on my channel, I like talking about positivity. I like having fun. I like talking about good things. I love, you know, my least favorite videos to make is talking about other content creators, because that's not fun. That's not fun to me. But I want to mention this today, and I'm not even going to put them in the title or thumbnail. And I'm only going to say this because I want to show how much of a triumph Shang-Chi is. Now, let me tell you this right now. If you did not like Shang-Chi, that's fine. All film is subjective. And if you hated Shang-Chi, that is awesome. But right now, we're talking about factual evidence, and that is that this movie did really well at the box office. And I would even say it's the biggest win since, you know, in the pandemic era of cinema, which is surprising. Shang-Chi was a movie that a year ago I didn't care about. And look at me, I'm wearing a shirt right now of Shang-Chi. I bought it yesterday because I thought, you know, and I watched Shang-Chi twice. Once on IMAX, once on Standard, on the same weekend. I had a lot of fun with Shang-Chi. I really enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to buy a Blu-ray copy of it when it eventually comes out. Do I think it's the best MCU movie? No, I would say it's a top 10 MCU movie, but maybe not top 5. I could be wrong about that. But I would have to think about that and everything like that. But before we get into the rest of this video, I'll make sure to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the notification bells. That way, you can be notified for future content here on the channel. My name is Isaac, and this is the Multiverse of Movies YouTube channel. Glad you're here to join us. And typically we don't talk about YouTubers, but if you want to talk about movie news, movie reviews, anything happening in the wonderful world of the multiverse of movies, then you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe again and comment down below after the video and let me know your thoughts on what I had to say. Now, a lot of these channels, a lot of these weirdos, these losers, we're talking about. By the way, if any of them are watching, I know they're about to say, oh, but he only has 1K subscribers. Oh, he only gets 20 views. Guess what? This isn't my profession. This isn't my career. So I could care less what the amount of views. I'm just here to talk about movies because that's what I love. I'm not doing this for a paycheck. But anyways, you know, they were saying Shang-Chi flopped. Shang-Chi did bad. Shang-Chi's terrible. And before that, they were saying, oh, SIMU LIU is putting their political views on, you know, he's forcing his agenda, SJW agenda, woke agenda. And it's always these weirdos complaining about, oh, representation is not important to a movie. Oh, why are they forcing their politics onto us? Guess what, idiot? They're not. Stop believing that feminism, stop believing that having a female in a movie, stop believing that having a minority in the movie, stop believing that having an LGBTQ plus person in a movie is political. And if it is political, you made it political. You made it political. You keep saying that there's an agenda, but the only agenda I see is from these idiots who keep enforcing that, well, having a woman in a movie is bad. Haha. And they'll always use references to like older movies like Terminator 2. And by the way, Terminator 2 is my favorite. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's in my top 5 definitely. I love Terminator 2. Sarah Connor is a complete bad ASS, which I even have Funko Pop over there of Sarah Connor, which I don't have in frame, but I should probably put it in frame sooner rather than later. They'll always mention, oh, but look at these movies, look at this movie, look at that movie. Guess what? You're overshadowing that when you constantly make these videos saying, woke, agenda, SJW. And then you have this audience of idiots who you know, they won't even question it. They'll just be like, oh, okay, I guess Jeremy said that this movie's political, so I guess the movie's political. And look, I don't like Captain Marvel, the movie. I didn't like the movie. I'll be straight up with you. But harassing Brie Larson, like 200 videos, making an entire career out of hating Brie Larson, like chill out. Make 5 videos, 6 videos, I don't care. Make that many videos and then just stop, quit. And then maybe reference it when it comes up. Maybe you're in a live stream and someone's like, hey, what's your thoughts on Brie Larson? And if you want to talk about it again, then that's completely fine. But just stop complaining. And that's why I'm glad that SIMU LIU was like, you know what? I'm going to step up. I'm going to step up the plate and I'm going to show these idiots how stupid and biased they seem. Well, actually, he didn't do that. He just put lol. But I'm glad SIMU LIU. But one thing I do want to get out the way is this movie did do very well financially. That is factual. 140 million in the box office during a pandemic era with unknown actors. And yes, Wenwu is, or that's not his name, but Wenwu the villain, I know he's popular in China, but in America, where the main box office is at, none of these actors are popular. Awkwafina, sure, she's somewhat popular, but she's not really that popular. SIMU LIU, he was not even that well known. You know how many people told me, oh, I don't even know who this SIMU LIU guy is. I only knew him because of Kim's Convenience. I'll be honest with you. And I love that guy. I love this Canadian guy. And I'm glad that he was put in a Marvel project. And I'm glad that Marvel decided to go full on Asian with this movie because obviously that makes sense. Show the culture, show the pride of Asian pride. You know, that's awesome because everyone deserves to be represented. Everyone deserves to have their voice heard. Everyone deserves to be treated as equals. And I'll always see these idiots say representation's bad, representation this, representation that. Or it's not really that. It's more that they say forced agenda. They're forcing it onto us. Force? You're telling me that they're physically grabbing you from your home, kidnapping you, putting you in a sack, and then just throwing you into a movie, duct taping you into the seat, and then forcing your eyes open and making you watch a movie with a minority in it? Is that what you're telling me? No, I'm joking. Obviously, that's not what you're saying, but as that's kind of what it comes off as. If you don't like the promotion, if you don't like it, then don't watch it. And if you watch it and you don't like it, then say that you don't like it. Say that you don't like it, but don't say it's political. Don't say it's forced agenda. All SIMU LIU has really said in the press conferences, and I had to read all of it, was Asian people deserve to be represented. But all I kept seeing Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers say, specifically him, is, oh, but what about Jackie Chan? What about Jet Li? What about all these other Asian movies? Guess what, idiots? They weren't those big blockbuster events like Shang-Chi is. Shang-Chi costs more. Shang-Chi is a Marvel project. And what SIMU LIU was trying to say is that, you know, future generations, which is Asian children, they deserve to have someone a lot like them, a lot of their culture, and represented in cinema. And a lot of it, you know, if you go watch Hollywood movies specifically, not Asian, not like movies from China, Japan, Korea. If you go watch a lot of Hollywood movies, especially comedies, a lot of it is making fun of Asian people, making racist jokes, making racist stereotypes of Asian people. That's factual. I've seen so many movies where the entire joke is, let's use this one Asian stereotype and make it a running joke. I'm not going to say what the stereotypes are because that's not important. Obviously, those are harmful, those are awful, those are terrible jokes that you shouldn't be promoting anymore. Because Asian people have been treated poorly in the past. And I know that, look, I'm disappointed to say this. When I was younger, I used to make a lot of racist jokes towards Asians, to my Asian friends. I made a lot of racist jokes when I was young and stupid. And I'm disappointed in myself for that. I'm absolutely devastated that I was once like that. But the fact is, a lot of Hollywood was like that. I mean, go watch The Hangover, the one Asian dude. His entire running stereotype joke is obviously an Asian stereotype, which again I'm not going to mention. A lot of these movies and shows will do that. They've often done that, where the Asian guy is just a recurring butt of a joke. So it's awesome that a movie like Shang-Chi exists where they're not a joke. They're not a joke. They're awesome, amazing warriors. They're awesome. They're cool. Fight. And I'm talking about Hollywood specifically. So it's awesome that Kevin Feige, Marvel, Disney, they all fessed up the money and were like, you know what? Let's make this movie. Let's make it happen. But the more important thing that I have to say is, remember, Marvel right now is at a peak of its prime. They're at the top of the world right now. There's not a single studio competing with Marvel right now. Marvel is at the very, very top. And I say this as a mainly DC guy. I love Marvel, but I am more of a DC guy myself. But the fact is, Marvel is at its prime. So especially children, everyone right now is watching Marvel movies, or most people are. A lot of people love Marvel. They're financially doing amazing. Their movies are getting great reception, and they're breaking records like never before. And Kevin Feige has made history with how he's constructed the MCU. And so when everyone's watching these movies, it's great to have an Asian person represented. Or not an Asian person, but an Asian culture represented. Because Shang-Chi isn't just about one Asian guy. It's about the culture. I mean, you see a lot of Chinese culture in the movie. And that's good. Because everyone deserves to be represented. I won't lie to you. I'll be first in line when I see a blockbuster that stars Hispanics and it's mainly about Hispanic culture. Because, as a Hispanic, that's cool to see. That's cool to see. I mean, I love Coco because it had a lot of Hispanic representation, and to me, that felt nice. Now, is that the main focus of a movie? No, the main focus should always be, make it the best movie possible. That's always the main focus of a film. But SIMU LIU, I understand what he's saying. I understand what he means. Because, again, having a big blockbuster like Shang-Chi is important. Because Asian children are going to be watching this. I mean, us movie fans, we understand growing up, we have certain movies we love. Some people grew up with Star Wars. Some people grew up with Terminator. Some people grew up with Marvel, actually, now. Because obviously a lot of, Marvel has been a thing that's been here for a long time. Some people grew up with DC. Some people grew up with certain movies. And that's something that us as movie fans, we need to start understanding more. We grew up with certain movies, with certain characters that we love. So imagine being a little Asian kid. Imagine watching all these Marvel movies that you love. And now Shang-Chi comes in. And you start seeing your culture being represented. You start seeing your people being represented. And now you feel like you can be that character. You feel like you are that character. Why do you think Spider-Man's so popular? Because a lot of people relate to him. Relatability is something that a lot of people fall into. And that's not bad. That's awesome, actually. Peter Parker, that's why he's so popular. So Shang-Chi to little Asian children, that's how they feel. A lot of black children feel that way about Black Panther. A lot of younger girls, that's how they feel about Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel. That's how they feel. And that's not bad. But obviously these channels, these idiots, these losers who are always going to be destined to be losers, they're obviously not going to think about it that way because they don't understand that. Because for a long time, it's just been straight white male movies. Obviously, it's not just that. Obviously, there were movies with women and all that. But the main thing was always it was a straight white male. And that's not bad. That's not bad. But again, what's so wrong about having movies with more races? What's wrong with having more movies with people of different gender, different race, ethnicity, background, sexual orientation? What's wrong with that? And look, if you don't like the movie, then just say you don't like it, make a review on it, maybe do a stream about it, whatever it is that you feel comfortable with about a movie you don't like, and then move on. I'll tell you this right now, Fast 9, I've been a big fan of the Fast and Furious franchise for a long time. I've loved most Fast and Furious movies. So when Fast 9 came out, I was genuinely disappointed. I made one review bashing it. Then I made a live stream saying that I didn't like the movie. And then I probably did like one other video. I don't remember. I believe I made 3 videos, maybe 2. I'm not sure. I'd have to go look it up again. And then I moved on. I was like, all right, that's enough of what I had to say. Everyone got the message. Now I'll move on to other stuff. But obviously these channels don't do that. They have one story and then they'll make multiple videos about how it's an agenda. I'm sorry, but Brie Larson only made a couple of comments and that's an agenda. All right then. What about making over 200 videos or 100 videos? I feel like it's guaranteed that he made almost 100 videos. But over 100 videos of you attacking Brie Larson. I don't know about you, but to me that seems like that's an agenda. But obviously you're a hypocrite and you won't see that. You won't see the biased nature in you. And look, I've defended geeks and gamers before. Like, I don't know if you guys know, but I remember I defended them from being called white supremacist. I know that's a weird thing that I'm saying, but I did defend them before. Do I regret it? No. But I know a lot of people are going to comment down below because I've done a similar video like this before. And they're going to be telling me, oh, you're just woke. That's an agenda. Oh my God. I can't believe you're believing this. I can't believe you believe that. At the end of the day, just look at the picture. Just look at the picture right now. A lot of the videos of Jeremy calling something an agenda always comes from a character being LGBTQ+, minority, women. Seems like it's that. And if it is a straight white male, a lot of the times he'll criticize that person just because they promote feminism, they promote race, they promote all that kind of stuff. That's what happens often. And it's sad to see. It's sad that happens. But there's a pattern. There's a pattern. Are they sexist, racist, homophobic? Are they any of that? That's not up to me to decide. That's not up to me to decide. I'm not a standard of perfection. I'm not that. But, I see a pattern. And, I'm glad that SIMU LIU posted this. Because now I've seen a lot of these reactionaries now start reacting to it. Start reacting like, oh my God, SIMU LIU is political agenda. It's like all he did was put lol. And all he was saying in the press conferences is that it's awesome to have Asian representation. Do you disagree with that? Do you not like Asian representation? Personally, I think it's cool. Even if I don't like the movie, I mean, I do love the movie, obviously, but even if I didn't like the movie, I wouldn't find an issue with that. A movie isn't bad because of a race or gender or ethnicity or whatever. A movie is bad because the movie was made bad. Not because, like Captain Marvel. I don't like the Captain Marvel movie. Same thing with Wonder Woman 84. I didn't like Wonder Woman 84. But the movie was not bad because it had a female in it. The movie was just bad because they couldn't figure it out. The writing staff, the directors, and everyone working on board, they couldn't figure out. They couldn't crack the code. And that's it. That's it. Not because they had a female. That's the least. That's the least thing that could have caused the movie to be bad. And so, it's just people wake up. Just wake up. Stop being so oblivious. Stop being so biased. This and that. But that's going to be it for my video. Y'all believe what you want to believe. And if I get hate in the comments, just think about what I had to say. Think about what I had to say. If you watched throughout the whole video, just think about what I said. And just think about it. And look, back 2 years ago, I was a fan of Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. I would subscribe to Critical Drinker. Same thing with Neurotic. I believe. I don't remember if I subscribed to him. But I did subscribe to a lot of these channels. But, throughout time, I started noticing, the constant issues, the complaining and all that. But it's disappointing. It's disappointing. I hope things improve. And, as people, we need to see that representation is not a bad thing. It's not political. It's not an agenda. It's not that. But hey, it is what it is. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys next time. Peace.